Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So, let's see if we can get the shims in this thing. So we got these little shims, and basically these need to go in the diffs to stop the play in the diff. Now as stock there is a slight little bit of play in them, but all the way through the instructions it tells you do not shim the diffs until it's fully assembled, and then you get to take it apart to shim the diffs. So let's have a look what we need to do on this. Start with the rear one first. So we're definitely going to have to remove the sway bar. So let's get that off first. I'll just undo the ends, if I can remember what size that one is. Is it a 1.5? So we'll remove them too. And then let's see what we need to remove. So it's going to be those two. Because we need to get that cover off. And I believe we're going to need the shocks off, more than likely. I don't know if that'll come off without loosening them bottom two. I doubt it looking at it, but I think we need them out anyway. So let's get this flipped over. And we're going to loosen off the two back ones. Don't lose your tiny little grub screws out of your sway bar. Let's see what size that is. Is it 2.5? Yep. I'm not sure if these need removing all the way or if we're just going to have to loosen them off, but I'll just drop them all the way out to start with. And then we can get that off. And then that's the little plate that slides underneath it. So let's have a look how we get these bulkheads apart to get the diffs out. So we've got two more screws right in the very top of them. So they're 2.5s again. I'm not sure if, like with the armours, we're going to have to remove the actual shocks. I'll have to see if they need to come out to get the drive shafts out. So far, not a bad job to get to the diff. If it can come out this way, it looks like it should be able to. So that's the rear diff case off. Now if I line the drive shafts up, is there enough play with the shocks on? So if we slide the pins out, be careful not to misplace the little washers. go on the end. So if we get both them pins and slide them out, there should then be enough movement to drop this diff out. Yeah. So let's see if we can get that free. Yep. Right, so let's have a look how much plate we've got in these. Not an awful lot. There's not really a lot of plate in the actual bearings, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get these in. Will they slide over? Yep. So let's try it with one shim. So there's very little play on that. Just want to make sure it's not binding on the actual gear. And by the feels of that, we'll get away with just one shim. Pretty much all it needs. So let's pop these back in. And this is something you're going to want to check periodically because parts wear. Right, so that's one side back in. That's the other. And we should be able to get the diff cover back in place. I get the top two screws in. Finish doing these up by hand. Don't want to strip my diff case. Then, so we want these two back on, little washers. They sit on the ends, and then you've got the little plate that goes in. I'm not sure if that's just like a little bumper. Just recheck it for play. Yep. No play, and it's nice and smooth. So you can get your sway bar grub screws back in now. sure they're nice and tight. And then we've got 2 more screws in the bottom to put back in. Right, so that's one side almost done. Don't push down too hard on this because you're going to risk breaking your rear wing. Right, so moving along to the front. Whilst we've got it upside down, we might as well drop these 2 screws out. And just be careful with your diffs that you put them back in the right way. So let's flip it over. So we want this bumper out, and then we want this retainer off. If we keep them pins in there, it should stop them washers going or spacers going missing. Then you're going to want to get the 2 bolts out the top of the diff cover. And then we're going to have to undo a sway bar. And MIP drivers do not like letting go. Right, so if we just slide them out same as the other side, just let them drop below it. And there is a bit of play in this one, so let's try one shim first. It doesn't feel too tight. Let's try it with 2. Now there's no play whatsoever. No, that don't feel bad. So 1 shim on the rear and 2 on the front. And they've all gone on the gear side, obviously. That feels quite nice. So, just the exact reverse of what we've just done. You just need to spin your drive shafts so they drop in. this is the fun part, lining your A-arms back up. I still don't really get how shimming it that way is any different to shimming it as you're building it, but like I said with this one, I was following instructions, so it's all fun. These are incredibly quick to get down to the disc. See if I can get these grub screws lined up a little easier. Looks like that's a better angle to get to them. That's them two done, and we want these two back in. And the bumper on, and quickly flip it over and get these two bottom screws in. Right, so we have one shim left. I'll put that somewhere safe, never remember where it is and lose it. So, there we have our Xray XT8E 22. Now, let's get your body shell. I'll show you what I've done with this. So, this is the shell. I've decided to go with a lead finger racing one. Links will be in description. And I'm not sure how well this is going to show up on camera, but it literally goes from green to pink to gunmetal grey. And that's the design we've decided to go with. Gone with the shocking pink lines, pinstripes and flip paint. So let's see what this will look like on. Now I think what I'll do is stick a bit of Velcro down these side bits to stop it rubbing all paint off on body, but let's see if we can get some body clips in. That's a weird shaped body clip. Looks like they've splattered that when they've cut it. So basically that's it, and as soon as I get these next load of 12-hour shifts that way, I want to take it out for a run and get a running video. But that's what we've got. And that's all done. Thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys again in the next one.